Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody's keeping their head above water. I know it's a little tough for us, mid-cap traders. I know just my strategies are not conducive to the market that we're in, but it happens every year. This is the time every year where it's really the slowest. It was like this the year before. It was like this the year before that. So it's nothing new. It's just frustrating because we want to do something. We don't want to just take a month off the market. And sometimes it may be the smartest thing to do. But if you're learning and you're trying to grow and understand the cycles that the market go through, then you don't want to do that. You want to be in the market, if only just observing. Really getting to understand how to read the price action and what it's telling you. So what you're looking at right now, this is a plat that one of the members in the community made me, and this thing is awesome. I mean, when I took it out the box today, it just blew my mind. I can't thank him enough, for making this. And this fits perfect at the beach. So it is going with me. It looks like a decor you would have in a beach house. So I'm taking it with me, and I'm going to put it up right across from where I sit there and trade. And this thing is awesome. So I can't thank you enough for doing this. And this thing is just, it's just incredible. So let's take a look at my trades for the last couple of days here. See, the first one, this was an all-day hold from yesterday on WWE. It gapped up on what I thought was fluff news. And I don't have the 5-minute chart here. I should have put it here, because everything I do is based off the 5-minute chart, but I don't use the 5-minute chart to manage the trade. My targets are based off what's on the 5-minute chart, but you can't micromanage these trades. These you have to have the conviction to put your position on, set your stop in the proper place that's going to give it enough room, because it's going to go through fluctuations, and just let it go. So I monitor it on a 60-minute chart, but I don't even look at it all day. I look at it at lunchtime. I may look at it going into 3 o'clock just to see what it's doing. But you can't micromanage these trades at all, because you will stop yourself out before you even make any good money. And that's not what these are designed to do. I like these to work, while I'm actively looking for day trades. Just like my short-term swing trades. I like to get them in the morning, and I can set it and forget it and just focus on the day trades. So this was a solid one yesterday. 1056.74 is what we got out of it. And I really thought we had one today. So I'm going to skip a few charts here. Get to Tesla this morning. When I cut my platform on, Tesla was trading around in here. And on my Thinkorswim, I start getting stocks that are moving with volume early. So, as soon as I cut it on around 6 or so, Tesla was right there glaring me in the face. So what I did was I said, let me wait. And if this fails to come back and make a new high, I'm jumping all over this thing. So I was waiting patiently. I think I got back. See, what time did I get back from the gym? I think it was right around 7:30ish. No, I got back early today. It was around 7:15ish. So it was on this candle, I believe, because it had put in a red candle. So I'm thinking it was on this candle. And I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is probably going to fail. I can't wait. And damn if it didn't go up and take out the high. So I was like, this is done. But it fooled me a little bit. It pulled back. It bounced. Here we made the lower high. And then it sold off right down to the 200 on the 5-minute. That was my final. That would have been my final target, around 345. And it would have hit it before the market even opened. I'd have been done. Money in my pocket. Didn't even have to hold it all day. Now, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it when this happens. And, you know, this used to happen quite often back when the market was really hot. And we had a all-day hold going every day. And a lot of them would mature before the market even opened. And I loved it. Because I didn't have to be exposed all day. It just nailed it. But just kind of missed it. But this isn't going to convince me to change the rule that I have. Because you can see, even though we sold off, this thing did not fade all day. By it breaking the high here, it told me it was probably going to go up all day. You know, that it was going to break back over this. And when it did, you know, we're going to get a strong move. This traded kind of crazy because it didn't really trade on a lot of volume for this stock. You can see Tesla, I like it trading some pretty big volume, but it just didn't have it today. But this really would have been nice. GIS, this was a stock I took yesterday. And now here's the frustrating thing for me. 3 days in a row, I had a stock that I picked that I felt gave me the best opportunity for my strategy. The last 2 days, like this stock was on earnings. The stock today was on earnings. And those I trade a little aggressive. I don't wait until a candle closes below this level and the next one confirms before I get in. Those are stocks that are on questionable catalysts, or catalysts that I don't feel are as good as earnings. So, but this was on earnings. You see it put in the low. It opened up here, started selling off. As soon as we cracked the opening range low, I jumped in, and let's see, within just over a minute, I was stopped out. Just that quick. Done for the day. Because we're only trading once a day. And this is designed to help build discipline. If you're not disciplined enough to just take one trade a day, then you're not going to have the discipline you need in order to make money in this industry. Self-discipline is paramount. Without it, you will lose all your money. It's just that simple. You may get lucky and make some initially, but it won't be long before you and your money have parted ways. You got to develop discipline. The other thing I like, by trading small, when you're first starting out, this is why I recommend you trade small. You had 3 losing days. If you keep and manage your risk, you're only going to lose $50, $60 a day. That's it. When your winning days come around, you should be winning 120 to 150. But the losing days, you're not going to lose much. And it's going to, as you learn and you realize you have to make, and you're going to have to adapt to the market a little bit, you know, maybe you say, okay, I need to wait and not just jump on this when it breaks. Maybe from now on I need to wait. and you make that decision, you'll still have capital to trade after you have made the adjustment. But if you trade undisciplined and you trade 5 or 6 times a day trying to make back $50, and the next thing you know you're down $400 at the end of the day, it's not a good feeling. And that means you don't have the discipline that you need in order to get to that next level. So I'm taking one trade a day in this small account because that's what I recommend when you start out. I'm trading with just 100 shares. And again, if you can't manage 100 shares, I don't know how you're going to manage 500 when the time comes. Just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. That's just my opinion. So today on WBA, same thing. But I was proud of myself because I was very patient. Now, this thing put in a 5-minute opening range low here. I wasn't going to jump on it on the break because we had the pre-market low sitting right here. It was just too close. So I was going to wait until we cracked the pre-market low, and then I was going to get in. And I felt that once we cracked that, we would get another significant move down. Well, I got in. This never confirmed. And we just started coming back the other way. And I stuck to my stop. We got stopped out. And only a $52 loss. That's it. So why? It's not a big deal. I know this happens. It's just like guys that trade small cap stocks that may go through a couple days to a week, maybe a couple weeks when the stocks aren't really there, and then they come back. It's the same thing with mid cap stocks, same thing with the larger cap stocks. Sometimes they just aren't there. Now you're always going to find a stock that moves. Yesterday was that GBT, solid mover all day long, solid, and that would have been a great stop, had I been able to take it. So you're always going to have stocks that are moving, that are going to set up a lot. Sometimes the stock that you're watching or that you zero in on just may not complete the setup, may not follow through. And it's not that the setup doesn't work, it's that it just didn't work on that stock. And if I find that I'm picking the wrong stocks over and over, let's say next week I lose on 3 trades. And I'm like, this isn't right. Because out of 10 trades, 6 of them were wrong. 6 of them didn't work out. It should be the other way around. So what am I doing wrong in choosing my stocks? There's something I'm seeing that the market doesn't like. And I got to figure it out. And that's what it's all about. So we're going to continue on tomorrow. We're going to see what tomorrow's going to bring. Next week is my vacation, but the rooms will still be open. I'll still open it up in the morning, still have my scans. There's going to be a couple of mornings where I do get to stay and trade. But it's like my second home. So it's not like I'm going on vacation and I'm not going to be in touch. It's just like it was last year. If you were in the room last year when I was there, it's the same thing. Going to the same place. I got my good internet finally, and shouldn't have any issues. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully we can get this thing, get this shit righted tomorrow. Let's end Friday with a win. You know, my one stock, I want to end it green. You know, regardless of whether we end the week green or not, doesn't really matter. What matters is sticking to one trade a day and making sure that we execute our trading plans according to the plan that we put together ourselves. You know, that we have that discipline. You know, this is what we're building right now. So we'll see what we have tomorrow. And then I know I won't do a recap video tomorrow. You know, maybe do one Sunday from the beach. You know, we'll see. And we'll just kind of play it by ear. All right, guys. Well, have a great night, a great evening, and I'll see you first thing in the morning.